Welcome friends. In today's session we are going to learn the vibrational motion of a diatomic molecule. So let us consider a diatomic molecule AB. So this is a diatomic molecule AB and this is the chemical bond. A diatomic molecule is assumed to be a simple harmonic oscillator. Okay. So we know in physics class we have seen that simple harmonic oscillator with the help of example. Let us consider this chemical bond is connected with this bond is made up of a spring. Okay, this is a vibrating spring. A diaptic is considered as simple harmonic oscillator. The bond between these two atoms can be considered as a spring. Let us further assume that one end of this bond is fixed and another end of the molecule oscillates or vibrates about the mean position. When an atom vibrates about the mean position, then we can find out the vibrational energy of the molecule. So let us consider this vibration in terms of this. Okay. So initially at rest, okay, this is the first position at rest position or equilibrium position, and this is atom A and atom B. So we have kept atom A stationary or fixed, and this atom B vibrates about its mean position. Okay, so this is the mean position or the equilibrium position. Now, when we stretch this atom B downwards, okay, then let's consider that it gets displaced with the distance x. Okay, x is what? Displacement. Okay, when I stretch, then this spring will pull this atom B upward, okay, in this direction. Okay, so this is the direction of the force, and this F is called as the restoring force. Okay, this is the displacement from the equilibrium position. Now, when I release this atom B, what will happen? This atom B will get contracted or it will get compressed. Okay, and this X will be again displacement. Okay, this X and this X both are the same. Okay, and now the spring will push this atom B outside, and this will be again the restoring force. Okay, to restore, to come to the normal position or the equilibrium position. Again this atom will come to downwards, and this spring will continuously vibrate about this mean position. Okay, so this restoring force acts in the opposite direction to the displacement. Okay, due to this restoring force, the spring is brought back to its original position. Now, according to the Hooke's law, okay, what Hooke's law says? According to the Hooke's law, the restoring force is proportional to the amount of displacement the restoring force F is proportional to displacement x of the mass from equilibrium position or mean position. Now, for such oscillator, this vibrations oscillation of this atom or this mass m, okay, so according to the wave mechanics, the vibrational energy ev is related to the fundamental vibrational frequency omega bar by the relation, so we can say that according to the wave mechanics, the vibrational energy vibrational of oscillating body is given by, it is given by capital EV. Okay, this is in joules. EV is equal to P plus 1 half omega bar, sorry, it is in joules. It is HC omega bar. HC omega bar. Okay, let us say now equation number 1. Now here the small v is called as vibrational quantum number, h Planck's constant, c velocity of light, and omega bar is called as fundamental vibrational frequency. Okay, so let us write down where small v is equal to vibrational quantum number which has values which is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, next omega bar is equal to fundamental vibrational frequency. Fundamental vibrational frequency. Okay, in centimeter inverse. Okay, so which we can write as omega upon c. Now, what is omega? This is omega is called as fundamental vibrational frequency in hertz or cycle per second or per second. This omega is equal to in per second or CPS or hertz, which is equal to 1 upon pi square root of small a upon u. In CPS or in hertz. This small k is equal to force constant. Okay, which is equal to 4 pi square. If we rearrange this equation, then we get 4 pi square mu omega square. Okay, its unit is per centimeter inverse. Now, this mu is called as reduced mass. Of the molecule. Okay. Then H is equal to Planck's constant. H is equal to Planck's constant and it has value 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 27 per second. Now this energy is in joules. This vibrational energy is in joules. So let us convert this energy into the centimeter inverse. The oscillating energy or vibrational energy the vibrational energy in centimeter inverse is given by, let us write. So therefore small epsilon v is equal to ev upon h. Okay, this ev is what is joules, which is equal to, let us put the value of ev. So just we have seen p plus 1 half h c omega upon hc. Okay, just like I said, this equation number 1. Okay. Now simplify this, so we get p plus 1 half. This hc and hc will cancel out, and what is remaining? Omega bar. Okay, this is in centimeter inverse. So therefore, the vibrational energy in centimeter inverse is equal to ev p plus 1 half omega bar. This is in centimeter inverse. So this is equation number 2. Okay. So we get this equation. This is very important equation. This is the vibrational energy of a vibrating diatomic molecule. Now let us put the value of V in above equation. Putting values of V in equation 2, we get. Okay, so let us put the values of V. So what is V? V is the vibrational quantum number. Okay. Now let us calculate different values. Let's say when my V is equal to 0, V equal to 1, V equal to 2, V equal to 3, V equal to 4. Okay. So in that case, then this epsilon 0 is equal to 0 plus 1 half omega bar, which is equal to 1 half omega bar. Okay. Then T is equal to 1, then epsilon 1 is equal to 1 plus 1 half omega bar, so which is equal to 3 by 2 omega bar. Then epsilon 2, which is equal to 2 plus half omega bar equal to pi by omega bar. Here in this case, epsilon 3 is equal to 3 plus 1 omega bar is equal to 7 by 2 omega bar. Similarly, epsilon 2 is equal to 4 plus 1 half omega bar is equal to 9 by 2 omega. Similarly, you can calculate for different values of V. Okay, we can calculate vibrational energy for different values of the V. Okay, now you observe here that. Okay, so focus here. So, what is the physical interpretation of this? When vibrational quantum number value is 0, corresponding oscillating energy or vibrational energy value is epsilon 0 is equal to 0 plus 1 half omega bar, which is equal to 1 half omega bar. It means that the molecule's vibrational energy can never be 0. A molecule's vibrational energy can never be 0, or in other language we can say that a molecule always vibrates with 1 half omega bar frequency. A molecule always vibrates with 1 half omega bar vibrational frequency or the energy, right? Or molecule always have 1 half omega bar vibrational energy at 0 vibrational quantum number. Now, this energy value, okay, the energy value epsilon 0 correspond to 1 half omega bar is called as 0 point energy. It's called as 0 point. It is called as point energy. Okay. So, how to define the quantity or the value epsilon 0 1 half omega bar is called as 0 point energy. It's called as the 0 point energy, right? So molecule always vibrates with this minimum frequency, which is equal to 1 half omega bar, is called as 0 point energy. Okay. Now let us see the vibrational spectrum of this diatomic rotor. Now let us see the vibrational spectrum of diatomic molecule. According to the quantum mechanics, the selection rule for allowed vibrational transition is delta V is equal to plus minus 1. Okay, this is the selection rule for the transition. It means that when a molecule interacts with IR radiation, then its vibrational level can increase or decrease by 1 unit. Listen carefully. When a molecule interacts with IR radiation, then its vibrational energy level can increase or decrease by 1 unit only. Okay, so let us focus at this graph. This is the plot of vibrational energy versus internuclear distance. This is the equilibrium position of the molecule. Okay, now when phi is equal to 1, okay, this is the just we have seen when v is equal to 1, this is v is equal to 0. Okay, molecule vibrates with some minimum amount of frequency, and this frequency is equal to 1 half omega. So this is called as the 0 point energy. Okay, this is with the equilibrium bond length. As molecule absorb more energy, then molecule's bond length can increase. So this you can see this is the increase in the bond length. Okay, try to understand this phenomena. So when this is the V is equal to 1, V is equal to 1, this is P is equal to 2, V is equal to 3, V is equal to 4. Okay. The corresponding energy here will be 3 by 2 omega bar. Here it is 5 by 2 omega bar. Then 7 by 2 omega bar. 9 by 2 omega bar. So this is the vibrational energy. Now the selection rule for this vibrational spectroscopy is delta V equal to plus minus 1. It means that let us consider a molecule vibrational energy level increases. Okay, so in that case, how to show this transition? So we can show this transition. First transition will be here. Let me take proper step. So this is my first transition. So corresponding vibrational line will be observed here. Let me erase this. So this is the first vibrational line is observed. Now let us assume that molecule vibrational energy level increases by again 1 unit. Then this vibrational transition will be here. And same line I will get on this part. Okay. Third transition will be okay. Why we are moving 1 unit, 1 by 1 unit? Because our selection rule is what? Delta V equal to plus minus 1. Okay. Therefore, I am getting same line, and this line is called as the fundamental vibrational frequency. This is what the omega bar. Okay, this is centimeter inverse. Okay. And this dark line, okay, this is the fundamental vibrational frequency or fundamental oscillation frequency of our diatomic molecule. Okay, you can name the figure below this. The name of figure is the allowed vibrational energy levels of simple oscillation of okay. Now applying the selection rule, the transition or the energy of this line can be calculated as okay. Let us assume when a molecule interacts with IR radiation, it undergoes transition molecule vibrational transition. So P P is equal to let's say 0, or simply we can say P to P plus molecular transition from P to P plus 1. Okay, so then the spectral line, vibrational line will be observed at, then the spectral line will be observed at, therefore delta epsilon is equal to epsilon P plus 1 minus epsilon. So which is equal to, let us put this value, we know we have calculated this V epsilon V values. It was how much? Observe here. Epsilon V is equal to P plus 1 half omega bar. Let's put this value. Okay. P plus 1 plus 1 omega minus, yes, it is again P plus 1 omega bar. So let us simplify this, which is equal to, yes, it will be P plus 3 by 2 omega bar minus P plus 1 omega bar. Okay. If I simplify further, then it will be P plus 3 by 2 3 by minus V minus into bar. So remaining value is how much? It will be P cancel, 3 by 2 minus 1 half will be 2 by 2, which is equal to 1. Then final value will be epsilon. So delta epsilon, okay, is equal to omega bar centimeter inverse. So interpretation, the corresponding absorption line will occur at fundamental vibrational frequency omega bar centimeter inverse. Okay, and the position in the spectrum, and this can be represented as, so that is corresponding absorption line, vibrational absorption line will appear at fundamental vibrational frequency. Frequency. Okay. So therefore, for transition P plus P to P plus 1, corresponding line delta epsilon is equal to omega centimeter. Okay. So we will stop here. In next lecture, we will see the vibration rotation spectra. Okay. So thank you.